So if we look at our first calculation, 55 add 68 equals, and we can form an addition sign with our arms for add. These are larger numbers, so we will use column addition. We can karate chop in straight lines for our straight columns, so column addition. We start with our column headings, our private ones, and we can salute, our captain tens, and we can pretend to twirl a moustache, and our major hundreds, we can sit up straight. We then add in our columns with 2 lines for our answer and an addition sign. We look at 55 with 5 tens and 5 ones, and 68 with 6 tens and 8 ones. Let's get going. We always start with our private ones. We have 5 add 8. We'll swap, so our biggest number is first, which makes adding easier. So instead of 5 add 8, we'll do 8 add 5, and we'll count on. So 8 in our fist, and then 5 fingers, and we'll bend as we count. So 8, and then 5, and then counting on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I get to 13 ones. But we have a problem, because in our private ones ship, we can only have 9 privates. So if there's 10 or more, we're stuck, and we have 13. We need to put this number in our head, and we can write it by the side of our calculation to help us. 13 is made up of 10 and 3. 10 add 3 is 13. We can regroup, so group your hands together, and group 10 private ones into one team of 10. Hold up one finger, one team of 10, and then we can send this team of 10 to the next column by squeezing them into our submarine regroup. So in our number 13, our number 1 changes color from orange to green for our one team of 10, and 3 private ones are left behind, our orange 3, and we can write this 3 in. Our one team of 10 sinks down, and we can point down like the arrow, and travels across, we can point across like the arrow in our submarine regroup, and we can see it appear under the captain 10 column. We move on to our captain 10's column, and we see 5 teams of 10 add 6 teams of 10. And I'm going to swap again to start with our largest number, so 6 add 5. And I'm going to count on, so 6 in our fist, then 5 fingers, then bend as we count. So 6, 5 fingers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 11 teams of 10, but we need to remember, and I'm going to circle it, and draw a circle in the air, we need to remember our regrouped 10, so there's an extra 10. So we had 11, and 11 add 1 gives, we have 12. So we've added it on, and we can cross off our 1 and form a cross with our arms. So 12 teams of 10. This is more than we can fit onto our captain 10's ship, as only 9 can fit on, and we've got 12, remember. So we store 12 in our head, and we can write it by the side of our calculation. 12 is made up of 10 and 2. 10 add 2 is 12. So we can regroup and group 10 teams of 10 into one team of 100 to send them to the next column. So we'll squeeze them into our submarine regroup. And if we look at our 12 teams of 10, we'll change the color of our number 1 to blue. So that's our one team of 100. And we've got 2 teams of 10 are left behind, our green 2, which we can write in. Our one team of 100 sinks down, and we can point down, and travels across in our submarine regroup to appear under the command of our major 100. We move on to our major 100 column to find no numbers. All we have is our 1 regrouped 100, and we can circle it so we don't forget it, draw a circle in the air. And this is fine, as on our major 100 ship we are allowed 9 teams and we only have 1, so they easily fit. We can add our number 1 in our column and then cross out our extra 1 regrouped team. So we have our answer 123 and we have regrouped in our 1s and 10s columns. We'll work a little quicker now. We've got a calculation with larger numbers. We've got 658 add 286 equals. Please pause and say your answers as we go. We've set out our column addition again, and we start with our private ones. We have 8 add 6. I'm not going to swap as our biggest number is first. So we've got 8 add 6. What's 8 add 6? 8 add 6, hopefully you said 14. We get to 14 ones. The problem is that we can only have 9 private ones on our ship, and we've got 14. So we've got too many. So we need to put it in our head, pointy ahead, and we can write it by the side of our calculation. 14 is made up of a 10 and a 4. 10 add 4. And remember, we regroup, and we're going to regroup 10 private ones into one team of 10 and squeeze them into our submarine regroup. So our number 1 changes from orange to green, and that's our 1 team of 10, but 4 private ones are left behind, and we write our 4 in. Our 1 team of 10 sinks down and travels across in our submarine regroup and appears under the command of our Captain 10's column. We move on to our Captain 10's column, and we've got 5 teams of 10 add 8 teams of 10. And I will swap. I want the biggest number first, so we'll go for 8 add 5. What's 8 add 5, please? 8 add 5 is 13. But we need to remember our regrouped 1 team of 10. So it's 13 and another one gives, 13 add 1 gives, we've got 14. So 14 teams of 10. And don't forget to cross off your extra 1. 14 teams of 10, this is more than we can fit on our Captain 10's ship. There's only 9 are allowed and we have 14. So what do? We store it in our head, pointy ahead, and we can write it by the side of our calculation to help us. 14 is made up of 10 and 4. 10 add 4 is 14. We can regroup and group 10 teams of 10 into one team of 100 to send them to the next column. We're going to squeeze our 1 team of 100 into our submarine regroup. Our number 1 in our 14 changes colour from green to blue. That blue number 1 is our 1 team of 100. And what have we got left behind? We've got our green 4. That's our 4 teams of 10 which are left behind, and we can write our 4 in. Our 1 team of 100 sinks down and travels across in our submarine regroup and appears under the command of our Major 100. We move on to our Major 100 column. We add our teams of 100, so 6 add 2, and there's no need to swap as our biggest number is first. So what's 6 add 2? 6 add 2 is 8. So we've got 8 teams at the moment. But we don't write 8 in because we need to remember our regrouped 1 team of 100, and we can draw a circle in the air. So 8 and the extra 1 gives us 9. And if we think of our Major 100's ship, this is fine as 9 teams are allowed and we have 9, so they fit perfectly. So we can add our 9 in, and then finally we can cross out, form a cross with your arms, cross out the extra regrouped 100. And we have our answer, 944, and we've regrouped in our 1s and our 10s column. Let's do another but work together. Pause to give your own answers as we go. We'll use pictures to help us. Right, we've got 464, add 499. We've set up our columns, so we'll start with our private ones. We've got 4 add 9. I'll swap. So 9 add 4 gives 13. 13 won't fit onto our private one's ship as it's more than 9. So we put it into our head and we can write it next to our calculation. So 13, we need 1 team of 10. One team of 10, the 3 gets left behind, so we can write her in. And one team of 10, what happens? They sink down and they move to the next column, so we can write it underneath our Captain 10's column. We add our Captain 10's column now, so 6 add 9, and I am going to swap, so 9 add 6. What's 9 add 6? We've got 15. And we've got to remember our regrouped 1, so we'll circle it. And 9 add 6 was 15, and the 1 gives 16, and so we can cross it off. We've got 16. 16 again is more than can fit onto our ship. So we'll keep it in our head and write it next to our calculation. What happens now? So thus, we need one team of 100, so one team of 100 to sink down and move across, leaving what behind? 6 teams of 10 get left behind, and our one team sinks down and moves across to the next column. Finally, our major 100 column. We have numbers, so 4 add 4, no need to swap as they're the same number. 4 add 4 gives 8, but we need to remember our regrouped 1, which we can circle. 4 add 4 gives 8, and the 1 gives 9, we can write in, and remember to cross off our extra regrouped 100. Our answer is 963, and we've regrouped in our 1s and 10s. In this video, we looked at addition, concentrating on using hundreds, tens, and ones column addition with regrouping in the 1s and 10s columns. Our steps to success, we can hopefully say at the end of this video, are: number 1, I can set out column addition using hundreds, tens, and ones numbers. Number 2, I can add 1s, 10s, and hundreds. And number 3, I can regroup 1s and 10s. And number 4, I can add the regrouped 10 and 100. This has been a Teaching Alive short video taken from themed units aimed at learners aged 7 to 11. Throughout our videos, we use pictures and suggest actions for teaching points. So please join in with us to support learning and have some fun. For more information on the Teaching Alive project and to be shown to learn and to practice more, visit teachingalive.co.uk.